Hey guys, Creator Mom. So, I like to read a lot of like spiritual material, you know, prayer, manifestation, meditation. I like it. And, what's interesting is that anytime I'm asked again to exercise what I know, to exercise my faith, um, it, it's just like always scary again at first. It's like, and it's almost disappointing because it's like, oh man, like I thought I got past being human. No, like I thought I got past like being met with feelings of hopelessness and fearfulness, um and feeling like, how is this going to work out, I thought I was past that in a way, and I don't mean that in a prideful haughty way, but it's just like it's kind of out of a place of like, oh no, like, oh, I have to experience these feelings again. Like, this sucks. I got to process again. All right, like, here's a problem. Now I'm going to feel all like sad and I'm going to cry or I'm going to not know how it's going to work out. And I got to sit with myself and just let it go and process and cry and do yin yoga and do all the things that I know to do. Um, you know, that initial stage is never that fun. But when you move into moving into like making a decision about how it's going to work out and sticking with it and then feeling the good energy behind that and like God's presence in that, like that's fun and that's exciting. But going through uh just going through the whole thing is, I mean, it's exciting in some ways, and in some ways it's a drag because, when the ego gets involved and you start doubting and then the fear kind of creeps back in. It's like, oh my God, because the mind is like, how is it going to work out? How is it going to work out? I don't see it. I don't see it. And you're like, shut up. You're like, it's just like the mind or like the ego or whatever, like the part of us that's connected to the physical world wants to see things in order to believe them. But the other part of us, our spirit man, works in a different way. It's like we believe first here, you know, and then we see. That's how we do it. So it's kind of like talking myself through that process and just, it's hard sometimes when you say, like, feel like something's going to work out, and then like the doubt, like I said, the doubt and fear. And what's annoying about the process is sometimes wavering between. And another thing that I got annoyed about myself with was that I started asking other people for advice, or just putting it out there like, hey, this is my situation, anybody got like suggestions? Which is not a dumb thing to do. I'm not going to say that's an all-around dumb thing to do, because somebody might get a helpful tip or suggestion, but it was just like, I feel like I knew that no one was going to be able to help me. Like, it's like one of those things where, like, if you have a situation that is seems impossible, like, you just don't go around telling people about it, especially if you're believing to see good results, because of course everyone, most people are operating in the natural mind that's going to say, no dude, that's impossible, like it's never going to happen, it ain't going to work out. So unless you want to hear that stuff, don't go around telling people your situation. Because I had to get spanked today with that, and a little bit, and I cried. It was just like, oh, why did I do that, you know? And then I'm like trying to rationalize why I did that. I'm like, well, maybe like, maybe I was supposed to see that, oh, when it does happen, say, oh, well, you see all these people said like, nah, 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 it's not going to work out. And then like it did, maybe to make that point. I don't know. I kind of was being down on myself because I'm like, I knew better. I knew I shouldn't have done that. But it's just like, I felt like I just like couldn't help it. So yeah. But it's interesting when you're reading about this stuff and then the rubber hits the road or meets the road, and then it's like, oh, it's time to apply. It's time to apply what I'm learning. Yay. Really, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like a double-edged sword, because it's like exciting, but at the same time, it's terrifying sometimes.